Hey everyone, and welcome to Music, Facts, and Figures by Mark Inesito. I am Mark Inesito, and it's been quite a while since my last podcast, not gonna lie. It's been a challenging few months for me, but I think things are starting to get on track, but things are still kind of iffy too. But I think with God's grace, I got this. So anyway, hello. Thank you for bearing with me. Appreciate it. All you people that are following me out there, thank you very much again. Uh, for your faith and trust in me. I I know it's been a while since my last podcast. Um, I actually recorded an audio version of this podcast as well, different from the video, but same scenario. And that being said, I'm going to add a few more things that happened to me this past few months that I didn't mention initially in the audio version of this. So those that are checking out both versions, the audio and the video on YouTube, uh, this is what this is about. And if you like my podcast, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Music, Facts, and Figures by Mark Inesito. Hope you enjoy. This is pretty much me catching up from what happened to me in my last podcast. So my last podcast was a general sports talk one. I remember that. And that day I started getting a little sick, cold. I did test for COVID. It wasn't COVID for sure. And I had a feeling it wasn't COVID. I mean, I can tell the similarities of COVID and what I had. But I also know the difference. So it was kind of odd because I kept thinking, gosh, I haven't had a common cold in forever because of COVID hitting. You 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 forget what a common cold almost feels like, and it kind of hit me in a weird way. But that's besides the point. I mean, I promised I would do I made a promise I would do a podcast within the next few weeks. I didn't deliver, and I apologize. And I got busy. I told as you know, I'm going to school part time, which I'm not going this month. I mean, this month. Excuse me, my bad. I didn't go this past spring, nor am I going this summer. I'm gonna go back in fall. Um, I it's been a chaotic spring, winter, spring, should I say? I think I did do it. I did do a podcast in December. I think it was an audio only one. I think I can't remember now. Maybe I'm wrong. I should look back on my YouTube and see what I did. Um, but I had some car repairs done, and there were some personal issues with the money I was needing to get for that repairs. Well, that got resolved finally, but some more drama takes place in my life. So basically, I just got busy in general. Life happens. I got a full-time job and I've been working a lot of overtime there lately. No weekends, thank goodness. Not complaining. I'm not bragging, either. Just saying. That's working a lot of overtime and it's just almost killing me, you know, which I didn't mention that either in the audio version of this. But of course, people listen to my audio know I'm working full time too. So it's not just, you know, it's not just this right here and other things you know, want to do. So yeah, it was just a lot was going on. Not gonna lie, a lot was going on. And in April, something else happened to me. Actually, I got put over by the police for weaving in and out of lanes. Uh, I was ticketed, didn't go to jail. The reason being, I could have waited 5 minutes, 10 minutes for this, but I was looking at a text while I was driving and I lost attention. I was fortunate, very fortunate. Like I said I didn't go in jail, which I didn't think I was going to go to jail. My main concern was when I had to go to court for it about a month and a half later. I was worried about like the court costs. How much would it be? I'm freaking out. Like, my luck, $1,000, which is almost bizarre for this issue. Maybe 100 or two. Okay, I can see that. But I'm freaking out like the worst. How much I'm gonna pay? How much is it gonna be? So I went to court in May 22nd to be exact, and they got dismissed. So hey, no payment, no nothing. Thank God. God was on my side there. Thank you, Lord. Anyway, And one more thing I'm going to mention too. I mentioned this part, the first part of this, but I mentioned the second part of it. So I went to New Mexico for a wedding in Farmington, New Mexico. My step niece slash cousin got married to her fiance early June, and my wife baked the cake for them. It's pretty awesome of her. And I we went there, and that was fun. And part two of this, which I didn't mention on my audio podcast, I brought family to town. Uh, my stepmom and my uh, no, my step nieces per se. So I was watching them. Not really an excuse to not make a podcast. I could have maybe took time and do a podcast, but I didn't. My attention was towards them. My opinion, family comes first. That's me. So anyway, um, that was going on. And now another drama is taking place in my life right now, which is causing me a lot of stress. But I think with God's grace, things are, He'll take care of me. He has a plan and something's going to work out. My car's having issues right now. I got a 2008 Ford Escape, and I prefer Chevys, by the way, but I got a Ford. I'm just saying. And for my birthday, I got a new stereo system for my car, a Bluetooth system, which is what I wanted. Either that or I could have waited if I got another car. Either way, but my wife said, okay, let's go for it. Get a new one. Purchase it. Awesome. I loved it. And all of a sudden, my car is giving me problems. About a month ago, I started getting the wrench light in my car, which is the powertrain system. I'm believing it's either the transmission or the clutch going out. I'm not sure. I tried to get a transmission flush last week. I did. Then it solved the problem. But I'm gonna go back this week to the mechanic and see what they can find out for diagnostics and let me know what happened. So that's pretty much it in my life right now. It's been dramatic, but it's right now my car is my main issue right now. It's I gotta deal with. But with God's grace, I think he'll take care of the problem. Either it's getting a new car, getting the problem fixed. Part of me wants to get it fixed still, but is it worth it? That's the thing. I'm not a mechanic. I don't know my cars. I wish my dad had that gift of being a mechanic. My father-in-law, God rest in peace, was a mechanic, and I wish he was around for this matter, but he's not. His spirit is, which is good, but we can only do so much. So I'm kind of going through the motions. I'm going to different shops, seeing what they tell me, and just to do what's best for me. But yeah, I hope this podcast is up. I can get my next podcast going, which I did record already, by the way. Recorded it. I just haven't published it yet. It's gonna be my next podcast. It's gonna be a music one, of course. I'm still in June of 1967 in my History of Music series, and I'm gonna talk about the Monterey Pop Festival, which was a big 3-day festival in the summer of '67 in Monterey, California. That's the famous festival where Jimi Hendrix played Wild Thing, lit his guitar on fire, and smashed it. Yeah, historic performance by Hendrix, the master. Anyway, so thank you for bearing with me. If you like my podcast, please follow me on my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. If you like the audio version, same thing pretty much. Follow me on apps such as Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and uh, that's it. I'm getting something. I did it. Okay, sorry. I'm just kind of in a rush here a little bit. But that's it. So if you like my podcast, please follow me. I apologize if this was rushed a little bit, but it's one to get the point across. Again, thank you for being patient with me. I appreciate it. All you followers out there, I hope it doesn't happen again. I mean, it happens. Life happens. What can I say? We just move on. Move on. I guess different strokes for different folks, right? As they say. But anyway, Well, again, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Until then, have a good day, good week, good weekend. God bless, and I'll see you within the next week or 2 weeks for that matter for my next podcast. Goodbye and God bless.